What up, everybody, and welcome back to Baz on Blades. My name is Baz, and I talk about blades. Today, we're going to talk about blade philosophy. Well, what is that philosophy, Baz? The philosophy of bigger is better. And you know what? That's a personal philosophy of mine within my collection. I want to preface this entire video. Everything that I'm going to say, whether I'm being serious or just being a smart ass, I don't care what kind of knife you carry. I don't care what size it is or how much it weighs or what brand it is. I am not even attempting to tell you what you should or shouldn't carry. I am just saying this is my philosophy. It is the type of knife that I prefer to carry, and then I'll go into some reasons why. Now, bigger is better. You know, that applies to a lot of things in life and a lot of things it doesn't apply to. But in my opinion, it does apply to knives. And the reason is a bigger knife with a bigger handle and a longer blade length with a longer cutting edge typically is going to be capable of more heavy-duty work, larger work, and is going to be easier and more comfortable to hold and manipulate. There is a saying, you can do small cutting tasks with a big knife, but you can't do big cutting tasks with a small knife. Now, while I won't say that's 100% accurate, I will say that it is 99.9% accurate in my experience. And I believe that even those guys that want to carry small knives for EDC, they would even have to admit there are large cutting tasks that they wish they had a bigger knife for. Now, there are typically two reasons given by people that they do not want to carry a large knife. The first is it's not legal where they live, and I totally understand that. Fortunately, I live in a state where there is no blade length limitation, so I can carry whatever knife that I want for the most part. If you live in a place that does limit blade length, follow your local laws, guys. I will never, ever, ever tell you to break the law in what you carry. Do not get caught up in the mindset of it's in my pocket, nobody will ever know, blah, blah, blah. Because if you ever have to use that knife in a defensive or offensive martial role, the size of that knife, whether you're in the right or not, will come into question in the legal system. You do not want to make yourself a criminal. Obey all your local laws. Excuse me, guys. I'm having some allergy issues today. The second reason people do not want to carry large knives is they're big and they're heavy. And that is, the first, that it's big. A big knife is big. That's pretty much given. But you can see in the 4 examples that I have pulled out of my personal collection that are in front of you, these are long knives with narrow profiles. It is possible, and what I'm going to talk about today is blade length of 4 inches or longer. It is possible to get that blade length in a knife that is comfortable to carry. They don't have to be heavy. Yes, some are heavier than others. But as just a good example with a popular knife that is well known, and that's this zero tolerance 0452 carbon fiber, you've got a 4.1 inch blade length, a 9¼ inch overall length, at just 4.4 ounces. There's a lot of sub 3.5 inch blade knives that weigh more than 4.4 ounces. So weight is not always a determining factor. Well, then, Baz, it's too big to carry. Oh, my pockets, I put the knife in there and I can't get my hand in and I can't get my chapstick in there. And you know what? It's just too big. Well, boo-hoo-hoo. If you got too big of a knife, you obviously cannot get your tissue in there for when the tears start flowing, and I feel sorry for you. But the thing is, again, look at these 4 examples. Even the biggest, heaviest knife that I have here. This Columbia River Otonashi no Ken. This knife is 10 inches long overall with a 4.5 inch blade length. And the first thing anybody's going to say is, that's too big to carry. If I put that in my pocket, I won't be able to get anything in there. Bullshit. Look at this. All of these knives that I have out here, the blade fully nests within the handle profile. They have a narrow handle profile. This knife is well under a 1/2 inch thick. It's like 430 thousandths of an inch thick. It has a deep carry pocket clip. Guys, you put this knife 10 inches long overall, you put it in your pocket, it disappears. Okay, it disappears. So, there are examples of long knives that give you extended blade length that are out there. They do not weigh a ton. They do not take up a lot of room in your pocket. Now, we're going to go through these one by one. And now I have reviews on all of these on my channel, individual reviews, so I'm not going to get super heavy duty into facts and figures and blah, blah, blah. But I'm just going to tell you a little bit about it here, since these are the examples that I pulled out. You've got the zero tolerance, the 0452 carbon fiber. This is my favorite zero tolerance knife. I love, love, love this knife. At this point in my life, this is the knife I want in my pocket when I am buried. Okay? You've got a 4.1 inch blade length in S35 VN, 9.25 inches overall, 4.4 ounces. It's an American-made product, very high-end, very attractive, frame lock, KVT bearing pivot. It is a flipper. It is butter smooth with fantastic action, a very satisfied knife, a very usable blade profile. Everything about this knife is just very classy, very well done, and very carryable, guys. 4.1 inch blade length at 4.4 ounces. And look at this. Look at how narrow that is. Look at my finger next to that. It's not much bigger than my finger, and I wear a medium-sized glove. That is not a super huge, hard-to-carry knife. Right now, you can get these just about anywhere. I pulled the price up on Blade HQ. It was $220, and that's pretty much what they go for everywhere. So price-wise, you're at sort of the, the higher-end production price point. Now, the next knife we're going to pull out will go totally to the opposite side here. We're going to go with the largest knife that I've got out here. It's the heaviest knife, and that is that Columbia River Otonashi no Ken. Now, this knife, it's hard to get it all in the frame, guys, is 10 inches overall with a 4.5 inch blade. The blade steel is AUS 8. This is a Chinese-made knife, or Taiwanese-made. I can't remember actually what it is. It's Chinese or Taiwanese-made, like a lot of Columbia River product is. It is a steel frame lock with G10 handle scales. Again, to fit in with my philosophy on these extended blade length knives, it is long, it is narrow, it is thin. The blade fully nests within the handle profile. It has a deep carry pocket clip. Literally, you put this in your pocket, it's just gone, guys. You don't even think about it being there, even though it weighs 6.4 ounces. It's the heaviest knife I have out here. At 6.4 ounces, when you pick it up, the weight feels right. It does not feel heavy for the size at all, guys. For those of you that are very sensitive to pocket weight, you may not want to carry this, but I can't imagine you doing much better as far as blade length to weight ratio in this type of knife. Now, you can pull these out right now off of Amazon, pick one up for $83, guys. $83 4.5-inch blade length, 10 inches overall. This knife, if you are forced to use it in a martial sense, in an offensive or defensive usage, the reach that you have with it is going to be very, very good. Your ability to pierce with it, look at that point, guys. All right, they don't get much sharper than that. And with 4.5-inch blade length, you will be able to get deep within a human body to many, many organs to shut somebody down, shut an aggressor down. Now, the next thing we're going to carry, or the next thing we're going to talk about, is the automatic that we have out here, and this is the Protec Godfather. Now, this is a modernized version of a classic Italian stiletto type profile. Again, long and narrow, thin, lightweight. This knife, 4-inch blade in 154 cm, 9¼ inches overall at 3.92 ounces. That is Spyderco weight right there, guys, but in a 4-inch blade length. This is a high quality, American made, side opening automatic, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful knife, guys. Again, look at that, the blade fully nested within the handle, and so very, very easy to carry. Again, the disclaimer is check your local regulations, your local laws. If you're not allowed to carry an automatic, don't. There's nothing about this knife that is worth getting into trouble. It is still just a handle and a blade. There are other options. The other 3 knives in this video are options if you can't carry an automatic. Right now, you can get these pretty much across the board. I pulled the price up on Blade HQ. They're $229.95. $229 for an American-made automatic with this type of material and high quality, fantastic fit and finish is a great deal. This knife will carry so very well and give you that extended blade length, guys. All right, the next knife we're going to talk about, the last one, we're going to talk about this Boker Plus Salmonero designed Stingray. This was a very popular design for Sal. He's a custom knife maker, and Boker Plus does a pretty decent version of it. 4.1-inch blade length, guys. Titanium handle, frame lock. It's full titanium build, so it's a little weightier at 5.57 ounces. 9 5/8 inches overall, and you can get this in a 440C blade or a VG10 blade. Actually, I think most are in VG10 now, and the 440C is discontinued. But you can get this knife right now on Amazon for $115. $115, guys. Titanium frame lock, good blade steel, great fit and finish. 4.1-inch blade, and again, falling within the design parameters in this philosophy of bigger is better. The blade fully nests in the handle. It's thin, it's narrow, it has a deep carry pocket clip. Just what a fantastic, fantastic design, guys. Now, I'm going to set this back down there. We're going to bring in the rest of these knives. Let's see if I can line these up while still looking through the camera. I'm going to do my best, guys. Now, after going through all these individually, I've got them sitting out here. You can obviously see, guys, that there is a certain design style, design language, feature set that I look for in these extended length, the 4-inch or greater blade length knives that I like. You know, they're long, they're slim, they're narrow, they're thin, the blades fully nest within the handle in the closed position. Most have deep carry pocket clips. I mean, guys, these knives, and we're looking at a price range here from $83 on the low end for the Columbia River to $229 on the high end for the Protec Godfather here. So you've got a wide price range to choose from. And of course, on the secondary market, you can get these knives for even less. They're all fantastic deals that give you extended blade length, very high build quality, at a very acceptable price point. They are easy to carry. I mean, I'm telling you guys, they're easy to carry. A long, slim knife like this, you put it in your pocket. You don't even think about it being there. You don't. Now, again, follow your local laws. Nothing I'm saying here it overrides or will offset that. But bigger is better, guys. I mean, bigger is better. If you carry a knife like this, okay, this little case here, that's a itty bitty knife compared to that zero tolerance. The thing is, while I fully appreciate this knife right here and love it for what it is not and never will be as capable of as any of these knives here. Oh, sorry guys, I hit my tripod. It is just not. It will never do as heavy duty or as big of work as these knives will. It will never work as a defensive or offensive martial use knife like these knives will. And you know what? I don't see any way around just carrying as much knife as I can get away with all the time. I want to have the most capable knife on me at any given time that I can, and these knives make that possible. And any other knife on the market, regardless of price point, within these design parameters would do equally as well, guys. Just be picky about, quality and whatever. But I think that if you give it a try, you find you a nice, long, slim, lightweight knife, I think you will come to realize that you have been missing something in your smaller knives, and these knives may very well replace those smaller knives for many types of carry for many different people. And you know what, guys? That's my opinion. That's my philosophy. Bigger is better. And I'm going to stick by that. And if you want to, if you want to argue with me about that, feel free to. Just like I said, I'm not here to tell you what to carry. I'm just telling you what type of knife I prefer to carry and why. And I don't see that just worrying about the weight of something is reason enough to carry a small knife. I think that really, as far as the knife size, your only limitation should be your legal carry limitations where you live. Now, that said, if you are a white-collar worker who works in a professional office environment around a bunch of people that are scared of any type of knife other than a plastic butter knife, okay, don't carry something like this to work. I mean, you may be able to get away with it, and I would try, but I mean, the sheeple are scared of knives because they're not familiar with them. And break your sheeple in on smaller knives, okay? Carry your Delica. Get them used to that, guys, and then go up to the bigger knives if you can. But don't scare the sheeple, because when they run, it's hard to gather them back up. They go all over the place, and then you got to go out, and you're like, you're like a shepherd then trying to get your sheeple gathered up, and they're all bleeding and crying, and they're all triggered. And I mean, God, they're going to run straight to Twitter, and they're going to cry on Twitter. So, be careful of that. But again, bigger is better, guys. You are the man. It's your knife. You carry whatever you want. Carry as big a knife as you can. Carry as big a knife as you can legally do. As big a knife as you're comfortable carrying. And that will make me happy, even if you don't carry as big a knife as I do. So, guys, once again, I say thank you for taking the time to watch one of my videos. God bless all of you, and we will talk to you later.